Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. With me this week, I have Corey, my co-commissioner and GM of Sauce Pass. Thanks for joining me, Corey.
Pleasure to be here, like always.
And yeah, you've been on every episode this year.
Woo! Someone has
And
to lead the way.
yeah, and the only one that's never missed a single episode. Um, no, that's not true. I missed one when I had to go to the hospital once. I'm your host and commissioner, GM of Team Ramrod. Let's get into this. Let's
Wait,
get into
wait, wait, wait. What did we run a show without you?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Who was it? It was when we were doing it when people were sitting together in the same room. Uh,
Oh, that was before Corey.
Travis, Daltrey, and Nick, I believe, were running the show that episode. It was like the
That's
first
funny.
season of the show.
Per season. I like it.
We've been
How
doing
many
this
seasons?
for this is like 5 seasons now, I think. Six
That's
seasons.
that's true. It's a long YouTube series.
Yeah. You know what? Conveniently for me, when we started the show, that was the first year I won.
Oh, jeez.
Nick was our defending champion, which was part of the angle of having him on the show.
Yep.
He had advice from the champ, and at that point,
Yep.
I had never won. And now look at us.
Yep. Yeah, you took his advice too well.
Yeah. Let's get into some results here. I guess Sauce Pass here, 6-10 and 0 and 13th, getting by Who's Your Daddy? Distancing yourself from the Caucasaurus. He's now 2-12 and 2 and 16th. Tell me about this one.
The match of the season for me, making sure the Caucasaurus is out of reach. I think ended up trading away everyone who played Sunday. I had a pretty comfortable lead just player wise alone. His goalies took four categories actually. He only snuck hits out on Sunday from me to make it an 8-5 week. So thankfully, I was able to squeak out a win here while still selling off some pieces. Tarasenko picked him up, 4 goals, 1 assist with a game winner, 12 shots. Suzuki, a goal, 4 assists. Mitchkov, 2 goals, 1 assist, all in the same game. Um, and then John Carlson, 3 assists. Otherwise, very quiet week for me. Just getting my 3 starts between Aiden Hill and Wolf. Goalie stats were brutal, but didn't need them against Casey's team here. Uh, 12 Van in a goal and assist, 8 shots, 11 hits. Jack Hughes, a goal, 3 assists. Nikas, 4 assists, 14 shots, 6 hits. Solid week there. And his goalie is decent week here. Ned, 2 wins, putting up a 969 and a 1 goals against.
He's been
Saros getting
solid.
another win, but putting up some brutal numbers. But um, their goalies did their part, just the players did not. So
Well, big win for you. Keep separating yourself now. I believe it's out of reach completely, pretty much. Um,
he needs as
let's,
many points as he's had in the last 16 weeks in the last four, in the next four. So
which is very unlikely.
with me getting zero.
He's not guaranteed the Caucasaurus yet either, though. You've
No,
distanced yourself quite a bit. You've leaped over a couple people, so
yeah.
um,
And he plays both 15th and 14th in the
so
next 4 weeks.
some
So
some
there's some
Caucasaurus
shit on the line
matchups.
here. Yep.
So Cock is on the line. We'll see what happens. That's an interesting part of the standings that we'll keep an eye on here. Like
Yep.
Team Ramrod, 7-9 and 11th, falling short against the House of Kirill, 9-6 and 1 in fourth. Let's look at this one.
Yeah, I feel like he had a little bit bigger of a lead going into the weekend and then to Sunday, and you kind of snuck up on him here to make it 7-5, but you fell just a little bit short. You want to tell me what happened?
I'll tell you my mistake is I wasn't aggressive enough on Sunday. I said I don't need it. But I knew he picked up the one Ottawa goalie, and I saw that Sogard was the one probable for the start. But I'm like, I'm gonna bank on Allmark getting the start, or I could have went and messaged someone for an ad drop to grab that Sens goalie, um, just to have him off the board.
Yep.
but I didn't. And he went and did a second upgrade with Braden to pick up that goalie Sogard, who got the start, which ended up getting him a win and enough saves to put it out of reach. Um,
Oh, so he would have lost it as well.
he would have had not enough saves and no win.
Yeah. But
Um,
you would have went up a win and saves as well too.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a mistake. I wasn't aggressive enough, but I also did not expect Ottawa to fucking pummel Vegas. Vegas has been scoring a lot of goals, and for Sogard, who played one game in the NHL this year, and it was not good, I did not
Yeah.
expect him to come in and shut the door on Vegas. But error in judgment. His guys showed up all week. He had a heavy schedule early in the week, and I had a heavy schedule late in the week. And my guys closed the gap. Plus minus, like we were tied. Goals going into Sunday, I was only two behind. I had a lot of goal scores going. None of them put up any goals. Just yeah,
Yeah. Coming
shorthanded
in, if you
goals.
beat him in saves here, it's a tie game, right? So
Yeah,
yeah. Looking at who did well here. He had a pretty balanced week. McDavid 2 goals, 3 assists, standing out with 5 points. Um, Otherwise, Matthews 16 shots, Hyman 15. Some big numbers there. Truba 9 hits, 10 blocks. Uh, Klapka's a pickup. You had 10 hits, 12 PIMs. That's always a nice pickup.
he only played two games for me.
Yeah.
I had to
And
drop him because Marchand came back on Saturday, and I'm
so you
like,
have no
well,
IR now. Look at that. No
that's the
IR.
first time all season, boys, that I have an empty IR spot.
Yeah. Well, let's
Just
hear what,
saying, week
why he
week
loses
17.
now. Let's hear why you lose now. Moving on though. We got Florida coming out with 3 wins for you. Tarasov ended up getting 2 games, huge games too, 947 and a 096 in those games. Skinner with your pickup getting a win in his debut for your team, 938. Then you also had Comrie as for Winnipeg, getting a win in his start as well. So your goalies did well for the most part. Just not enough against Neil here. Kaprizov leading the way, 3 goals, 6 assists, 5 power play, a game winner, 21 shots. Gauthier, three goals, 3 assists, plus five, 17 shots, 7 hits. Pasternak, a goal, 4 assists, 13 shots, 4 power play points. So some guys really leading the way here, connecting 2 goals, 2 assists, a shorty, and a game winner. Then his goalies as well, a bunch of wins, right? So we had a Sogard with sent back to the minors now with a win, only 1 goal against on 20 shots.
Because they're
Uh,
activating Allmark, so
yeah. Veg 2 wins, 52 saves. Sorokin 1 win with 50 saves, and Corpusalo with a win. He also had Rittich and Murray's start for him this week. 7 goalie different starts. Um, but no one with really overall impressive numbers besides Sogard is 1 start too. So, but big win for Neil here to keep him ahead of the chase behind him.
yeah, Neil's pretty convinced that I'm pretty much out based on his comments, but I control my own destiny still, which we'll talk about after with the schedule. So Team Ramrod's not out, boys. Um, Jager Bombs, 10-5-1 in third, defeating Domo 4-11-1 in 14th. What happened here?
Braden, keep on rolling. Cruising along to first Domo here. His players leading the way, but his goalie's also having a killer week, taking 3 categories, only being behind by 4 saves, tied in 0 shutouts apiece. But putting up a 942 with a 140 goals against average and 4 wins. Um, and then beating him by 2 shots, 1 PIM. They tied in assists, plus 4 goals more. So a lot of categories in reach that could have made this a lot more interesting, but Domo just falling short here. Does it show the game advantage? Yeah, he only had 1 game advantage. So Gensel, 3 goals, 2 assists on the week. Tippett, 3 goals, 1 assist, a shorthanded point, a game winner. Hudson, a goal, 2 assists. Um, Johnston, 2 goals, 1 assist. And in nets, Gibson's still killing it here. 2 wins for a 966 and a 097. And then Dallas putting up 2 wins between the two of them, putting up some good numbers, a 955 uh, save percentage. Going to Domo's team. Brock Nelson's doing well, still 3 goals, 2 assists, 14 shots in a game winner. Brady Kachuk, 2 goals, 3 assists, 11 hits, 7 shots. Uh, Faber, 1 goal, 3 assists, +5. But James Reimer, the only win for him here. Yari's struggling with his start in Edmonton. Uh, no wins and 6K now day to day, but with 931, but no wins for him either. Officially cannot make the
6K only
playoffs.
only went day to day last night, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah. He made three saves on like 5 shots and then got injured or something like that.
is it what hurt ego?
I don't know. I don't care. He's my opponent this week and he's out. Cool.
That's easy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, talk about Gibson here. He's been hot for Detroit. Makes you wonder if he was really injured in Anaheim, just didn't want to play for them. Uh, Spent like half the year for the last like 4 seasons injured. Goes somewhere else, and he's been reliably healthy and playing well. So
Yeah,
makes
playing
you
really
wonder
well.
about him.
Playing well since giving the nod as a kind of the starter. Um, he wasn't doing too well at the start of the year when he was splitting them, but I think Talbot was going 2 out of 3 anyways at the time.
Detroit was also not playing great, but now they're playing really good hockey, right? So
Yeah,
it could just take them a couple weeks to get their system flowing, and yeah, they look like a force right now, which has been a while since Detroit has been kind of a good team. So I know Derek's gonna get offended by that, but they'll try the beef. 12-2-2. Tying. TVT's getting upset. 7-5-4 in eighth place. What happened here?
crazy tie. Uh, Travis was looking out of it for most of the week, um, and then just squeezing ahead here to get a tie, jumping him in saves, and I think taking the win. But look at that save percentage.
Look at those
Dal
shots.
Daltrey winning with an 8.89, beating Travis, who had an eight eight
Wow.
nine. So that hurts. But that's in the end was what the difference maker was. I think he got a might have been a correction. I don't remember. Travis was bitching about something. Um,
What? Travis doesn't bitch.
no.
What are you talking about?
But looking at the categories, 17 goals, 27 assists. Travis used to be complaining about his team not scoring, but 17 goals this week. Daltrey beating him by 1 shot, 6 blocks, 1 game winner, tied in power play points. So a lot of close categories. This is a matchup here. 65 games to 62. So both had pretty heavy schedules and went for some ad drops on Travis's side. A lot of guys scoring here for Daltrey. Kinnan, 2 goals, 4 assists, 16 shots, 5 hits. Um, you have Robertson, 3 goals, 1 assist, 14 shots. Stutzel, 2 goals, 2 assists. Hurdle, 2 goals, 1 assist. Um, 19 PIMs for Podkolzin, 8 shots, 7 hits. And then his goalies, Gustafsson having 2 wins on the week and Decord with one, not really putting up good numbers, um, but enough to get through here against Travis.
I've been
Player
seeing
wise,
rumors about Wallstead though.
I know I heard that potentially,
They might move him so they can pick up an impact player, which might be good because then you have Gustafson as the clear number one.
yep,
And I've also seen rumors that Fleury might come out of retirement to be the backup for the rest of the season.
that'd be crazy. That'd be awesome. I haven't heard that. Over here for Travis, you have Malkin 3 goals, 2 assists, +7, 14 shots. Uh, Zucker 3 goals. Ryan O'Reilly 2 goals, 4 assists, putting up consistent points this year. And then all his goalie wins coming from Dostal, 4 wins, 925, 218, and 111 saves.
They played five
Uh,
times last week.
yeah. And then between his other 4 goalies who got starts, uh, only one made it past 16. So some really bad numbers, but Dostal carrying the load here. Um, oh, he dropped Allen. I didn't realize that. So he's down to just Markstrom and Askarov, though.
He just did it today.
Yeah. But yeah, big extra point here to keep him. Uh, Potentially that'll be the extra point that makes a difference to keep a playoff spot.
Yeah, because he's still 4 points up,
Yep.
uh, or three on some teams, I think. So, but
He's
he's
two
got a
on
tough
nine.
schedule. He's
Yep.
got a tough schedule, which we'll talk about after. So, again, he's another one of those guys whose schedule is going to dictate whether he gets in or not. If he can pull up the wins against the teams that are playing him, so that are chasing him, I should say. Shifley Tower, 9-7-0 in fifth. Beat Team Rocket, 7-9-0 in 12th. Kyle declaring himself a seller last week. Let's see what happened here.
Yeah. Kyle's goalie is taking 3 categories, and his player is only taking plus minus. Otherwise, Derek kind of stormed through here, taking saves, and then 8 player categories. Not really too many close, but not like Derek's 70 hits is at 51 blocks are pretty high numbers. Shorthanded point, 4 game winners, 18 goals, 21 assists, so some strong points offensively. But the goalies did not show up well. But Kyle's in 4 wins with an 884 and a 280. So they did what they needed to do there, but his players couldn't get it done. Geeky 3 goals, 2 assists. Raymond 3 goals, 2 assists. 21 hits from Trennan. Bouchard 3 goals, 4 assists. 6-point night the one game. Samuelson 4 assists, +5, 6 PIMs, 8 hits. Keller with 3 goals. Swayman, Urson, and Talbot not putting up great numbers on the week. Only 2 wins. Swayman and Urson getting one apiece. But enough to get it done against a lot of blanks here. A lot of people with nothing.
Kyle's issue why he became a seller was he had too many injuries. So he just figured
Yeah,
like at this point with how much he was out, that's what he was saying to me at least was the injuries played a factor that yes, while he was still mathematically in, like too many injuries to overcome at this point without making major deals, and he decided to go the other way.
I'm
As you can
surprised
see, a lot of
because
red in here.
I'm surprised though because I only felt Elander was the guy worth having on IR. Coleman is droppable. Um, Troy Terry droppable. Like he's doing decent point wise this year with 0 hits. So like you can get somebody more well rounded who's healthy. Um, Gustus Pierre droppable in my opinion, and then you're only one IR and you're not even down anyone. So I was kind of surprised he decided to sell. But each their own, right? Obviously, I made my own choices too. But that was I was surprised by that kind of comment. I felt like they were replaceable people for sure. And
I think it's just
he
because
has
they
it.
all happened at a point where he had already used some of his ad drops, at least one,
Yeah,
and it's like he can't replace all of them because they were he was pretty healthy going into this week, and then
yeah.
it
Well
wasn't.
then, but you have your full load of picks too, right? So
Yeah, he could make trades, but
yeah. Anyways, a lot of people here with nothing, so that doesn't help his cause for the week.
nope.
Um, Beignet or Beignet. Sorry, I don't even know if that's how you
Beniers,
pronounce it. Beniers, Reinhardt, Dahlin, all with 2 goals and an assist apiece. Dahlin, 7 shots, 11 hits, 8 PIMs. had a solid week. Uh, and then a lot of goalies gone. Markstrom, Allen, and Skinner all with wins on the week, but they're all departed now. And Hoffer, not a great debut for his team. We'll get there with that trade later. But yeah, that was a big win for Derek,
Yeah.
standing wise.
I think that was it too, is that he was playing Derek and like it was already out of reach for him. And he just like it's pushing
Yeah,
him even further out, right? So Dre, 6-7-3 in 10th, defeating the farm team, 2-9-5 and 15th. What happened here?
big comeback. I know on Sunday, at one point, Kyle had the lead, but then Lankinen let in a few goals and resulted in uh, Nick taking save percentage and goals against average in the lead swapping over. And that was really the difference. If Lankinen could have held on, Kyle would have had this week. Um, Nick taking three goalie stats, they ended up tying in saves. Um, Kyle taking the three deep stats here of blocked hits and shots. Pretty quiet week on Nick's part. One shorthanded point, 26 assists. Otherwise, uh, just nicely, his goalies were able to scramble through to get the win for him here. Looking at who showed up, you have Tom Wilson, 4 assists, 12 PIMs, 6 hits. Kucherov, 2 goals, 6 assists.
I think
Uh,
though, when we're talking about what happened with his goalies, he had to play Lankinen because Blackwood had such a good game on Sunday
to give him the lead.
to give him the lead. Like otherwise, if
Yeah.
Blackwood had let in a couple goals, I think he only let in one. It was really late. He was on the verge of a shutout,
Oh, wow.
and Kyle would have been able to bench Lankinen and
And get
come
the
up with
win.
the win. But they had the early game Colorado, and it kind of
Yeah.
set.
At least he got to know.
Yeah, yeah. But it
Yeah.
forced him to play him, and it really backfired on him, right? Like
Yeah. You got Vasilevsky with 2 wins of the 951, 0.96 goals against average. Blackwood with 1 win. Not good numbers. I think they got lit up the one game, right?
yeah, they did.
Um, and then Quick hasn't been doing well in New York for him, but getting him starts. Going over to Kyle's team, Eichel 2 goals, 3 assists. Carew three
It was a
goals, 1 assist.
4-1 win on Sunday with a 970 save percentage for Blackwood.
Oh wow,
He had 1 goal on 33 shots.
yeah, that's a big game.
That was a big game when you look at the overall goalie stats going into Sunday. And that tells you how
Yeah,
bad he was based on, or how good he was in that game based on his overall stats for the week that were not great.
yeah, yeah, it's true.
Sorry to
Um,
interrupt. Sorry.
no, you're good. And not really anyone to talk about here for Kyle's team, goalie wise. Lankinen, not putting up good numbers. Wedgwood doing really well in his start, just not getting enough starts for him here to be a difference maker.
Big win for Nick. Keeps him alive in the hunt. Tough loss for Kyle. He's now in, well, he's not really in danger, but he's
He's
the one in the
three.
most danger.
Him and Domo were tied 3 points above.
Domo will have
But
the tiebreaker because Domo has more wins.
yep, it's true. We need
Uh,
Casey to beat Kyle this week.
yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Tage against the Machine, 7-7-2 in ninth, losing to the Polar Bears, 7-5-4 in seventh. Big matchup for standings. What happened here?
Yeah, big win for Sean. Um, Taking three goalie categories to Mark's two. Looking at player wise, taking 6 categories to Mark's four. So sneaking out a win here. A lot of close categories. Pims, Sean only won by two, 7 hits, 6 assists. Um, but yeah, Mark getting 202 saves, but only 2 wins on the week, one shutout. So it would have been a little bit nicer if he could get some extra wins there to make it closer. But Stamkos 4 goals, still putting up a lot of points here for him. Brendan Hagel 2 goals, 4 assists. 9 shots, 5 hits. A lot of guys with a couple points. You got Shabbat, 4 assists. Celebrini, 2 goals and 12 shots. Uh, and then Greaves with the one shutout, and then getting lit up pretty good the second game to kind of balance the numbers out. And actually, I think he had a third game in there that he ended up getting put in for Mers. And then
Toronto
Wool with
duo not doing well for him.
yeah, and then the Toronto duo, no wins and a lot of saves, but the numbers were not good this week. But they were still on average, probably better than Binnington. So, um, and you got Sean's team here. You got Greer, 15 pims, 10 hits. Strome, 3 goals, 3 assists, 4 power play points. Seneke, 3 goals, 6 hits, 11 shots. Quinn Hughes, 7 assists, 7 shots, 7 blocks. Mark Stone, 2 goals, 3 assists, 7 shots, 7 blocks too. I just think that's funny to point out. JT Miller, 2 goals, 2 assists. And then Busey, 2 wins this week, putting up a 963 and a 101. So it's a huge pickup for him earlier in the season. That's really paying off. And big win here for Sean in the standings. He was kind of on a little bit of a slide with ties and losses. So nice to see him kind of make it interesting for Mark here.
Yeah, no, very interesting for both of them, right? Because they went into the week pretty much tied in points, I believe, right? Yeah,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
Sean just took over that spot, jumped into a playoff spot. So good for Sean, bad for Mark.
Mhm.
As we'll talk about later, Sean has a pretty weak schedule. So um, there's just wanted to let you know we hit the 10-minute warning. We have 7 minutes left.
Already, holy crap.
So we'll finish this section. We'll talk about the standings. And then before we jump into what else you want to talk about after the standings, we'll take our break and come back
Yeah,
for part two.
sounds good.
Patches O'Hooligan, 9-7-0 in sixth, losing to Fetch Me a Drink, 11-4-1 in second. Let's talk about this.
I feel like Dan had a comfortable lead all week long. Like
There's
there
something
there
I
was a
wanted to point out specifically about this. I thought it was hilarious. Patches, after coming off a week where he put up 70 pims, put up zero.
that is 70 last week. That's true, eh?
And I
To
noticed it
go to zero.
when I was looking at it during the week. I'm like, he has zero pibs. Last week his guys were goons. This
That's
week,
hilarious.
just a
Um,
fun fact.
yeah, no, Dan's goalies here, um, getting 4 categories, tying in shutouts with one. But not a lot of saves each, winning with 90 saves, 3 wins, um, but a 947 and a 163. Then player wise, some close categories here. Um, 2 power play points more. He only won by 1 block. He Nick Nick won by 1 goal, so could have flopped a lot closer here if he just got like one extra start. For a guy who's running 6 goalies, that's not a lot of goalie saves. Um,
Uh,
but he did deal with that a little bit. We'll get there. But looking at Patches' team, who did well, you got Hintz 4 assists on the week. Not a lot else. Caulfield 5 goals, 12 shots, 1 game winner.
Seemed like
Forsberg a
there
goal,
wasn't a lot of
three
production
assists.
on either side though, based on what we just reviewed, right? So
No, yeah, no one really took over.
both teams were
Who?
kind of slow this week. Dan's just a little less slow.
Yeah, it's true. Lyon with a shutout for him. Not even one of his regulars. Well, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Um, the Montreal combo, uh, getting 13 saves on the week between the two of them, and 813 for Montembeault. Kemper not putting up great numbers either. Then for Dan's team, you got Cousins, 2 goals, 2 assists. A few people with 3 points, Svetch, Kane, and Nyes. Be interesting to see where Kane get chipped to if he does. 11 shots, 5 hits for him on the week.
Watch him go back to Edmonton.
Uh, No one else really showed up too much. Knight with two wins with a shutout, a 952 and a 144. And then Solovs with his other start. But yeah, big
Was
win for
enough?
Dan here. He was hoping for the Travis upset against Daltrey, because then he's in
Wants to
striking
close the gap.
range, and they play this week, so he would have been able to tie him if he beat him this week.
Telling you, Dan, stay where you are. You don't want first overall. It doesn't work
It's a
out well
jinx.
in this league, historically.
Yeah.
You're better to
Uh,
strike from second place. Let's take a look at the standings here because we have 4 minutes, so we have enough time to talk about the standings. And then we'll, like I said, we'll take our break. We'll come back for part two. Daltrey, as you can see, clinched.
yep. He clinched last week, I believe.
So he has a 12-2-2 record, 26 points. So Daltrey's in no matter what. Dan, pretty much in. Sit at 23 points, 11-4-1. Sitting in second place alone. You got Jager Bombs at 21 points, a 10-5-1 record. He's in a good spot.
He's really
Probably
made his
making.
climb, eh?
What's that?
He's made a good climb up the standings here.
Yeah, yeah, he has.
Believe,
I helped him that Detroit started playing better and Gibson getting quality starts, right? So
and I almost swapped him Gibson for Biddington straight up. And I got greedy asking for a draft pick, and that's what slowed it down. But
should have done
whew,
it
I know.
in hindsight, right?
Yep.
House of Krill in fourth place with 19 points, 9-6-1 record. Shifley Tower, this is where it gets interesting. 18 points from fifth to eighth, right? Shifley Tower with a 9-7-0 record, holding the fifth. Patches with a 9-7-0 record, holding the sixth. Polar Bears with a 7-5-4 record, in seventh. Travis with a 7-5-4 record, holding the eighth. Right behind them in ninth is Mark with a 16 point, 7-7-2 record. You got Dre with 15 points, 6-7-3 record. Team Ramrod and Team Rocket, 7-9-0 each, 14 points in 11th and 12th. Sauce Pass with 12 points, 6-10-0 in 13th. Then you got the teams that are mathematically eliminated. Domo in 14th, 4-11-1 and 9 with 9 points. The farm team 2-9-5 with 9 points in 15th. And the Caucasaurus leader right now, Hughes Your Daddy, 2-12-2 with 6 points. Some tight standings, interesting standings, which we will go more in depth with when we come back for part two, boys. We have less than 2 minutes. There's not really any sense in discussing much. We'll come back
No,
with a part two shortly and get you guys updated on I don't know, Corey's projections. He did some research here. We have much to discuss, so stay tuned, boys.